Welcome back to Spinning the Past. Today I'm going to talk about how to do a memorial project for my kitty Bella. She's a Birman breed. She's got the 4 white paws. She's got the mask like a Siamese, beautiful blue sapphire eyes and nice fluffy dark tail. But she is 10 and she has remission. She has come out of remission for her stomach cancer. So prognosis is about a year, and I want to start thinking about what I can do to preserve her. A lot of you use some sort of brush, it's much smaller than this, to brush your pets, and you've always wanted to know, can I spin the fur? This is fur. It is not the same at all as a wool or other fibers. It's hard for it to stay in a spin in that yarn. It wants to just fluff outwards. Miss Bella has, I think, had enough. It's not in your contract, is it, to be on YouTube, is it? So I'm going to let her down, let her go. But I want to talk, what do I do if I want to have a memorial to my pet? A couple of different things, especially in the fiber arts world, is that spinning if the fur straight is doable. If you want to make something with it, it takes a considerable amount of it, and you may not have that amount, you may not get the amount, and you may, but the fur that is spun that I have done, cat fur, it tends to be very heavy, and it is and when left out, it naturally matted, just like it would do on your cat. It just mats, so it became a stranded matted thing. So that's just something. So in order to avoid that, and I can have samples of her fur, and I have some DNA of hers that I've made up into jewelry, I had made up into jewelry, but I wanted fiber arts. What would I do in terms of fiber arts? What would I do? So Bella's fur is very, very silky, very soft, very silky. So I go into my stash and I find, well, what do I have that's really nice and soft? I know wool is going to be my friend. It lengthens out, it stretches out. It's kind of like the hamburger helper of the fiber world. That means this wool, this is Cormo, C-O-R-M-O, Cormo. It's one of my favorite breeds. It is a fine wool. Just it feels a bit like Bella. That's why I'm going to use it as my base. But when I blend other things in it, those other bits will add a luster, will add different textures and characteristics to the base, whatever the base will be. Now, a wool like this, you can see this, and then I have this. This is a blend. This is a wool Angora blend. But if you can see, they're very, what we call matte, M-A-T-T. That means they don't reflect much light. Now, if I take some Bombex silk in comparison, you see how this luster, that's what we call it, luster, the light just reflects from it. And that's what gives it its nice luster and shine. As opposed to here, if you can see this, if you can see the difference between these two. This is very matte, this is very silky and shiny. This would be more like Bella, but I don't think that I want to do a pure silk. I don't think so. There is a squishiness to Bella, you know, and that's her body is nice and squishy, but this is warm, this is kind of cool, this is warm. So I think I want to blend. So again, blending is your friend. Now, there's some of Bella's fibers right here, and if I wanted to, I could blend this on, and then those fibers would get into the wool, and that's one way I can incorporate it. So don't be afraid to use your hand cards. These are fine hand cards. These are cotton cards or very fine. The teeth are very close together. So I would use it on fine wools or silks or fur. Again, I can see this. You can't see it, but there's Bella's fur right there. It's going out from here to here and then here to here. So we've got some Bella's fur in there already. So I could use this to blend and get her fur in it. And then it may not be 100% Bella, but it has Bella fur in it for sure. I could blend these two. So when you see blends in the store, you may have a base of wool and then they'll blend it with 25% of something else, like silk. And it's amazing how wool will take on the property of this second fiber that you're blending in. And you don't need a lot of it to make the wool feel more like the silk. Don't need a lot of it. You may do this yourself. You may take a couple different fibers of silk and a wool and then do it like 25%, 75%, 25%, blend it, spin it, and then do a 50-50, and then do a 75 of the silk and 25 of this. And so if you do this, you can do your own little charts to know how it behaves, and you can pick out what you would like. This wool Angora, I have also from my stash. I don't know if you see it. I'm seeing in here, I'm seeing some of the crimp of wool, but I'm also seeing an awful lot of neps and noils in there. So those are little bits of tangled, snarled fiber. Most likely it is the Angora. This doesn't tell me the percentage of it. And this feels more like wool than Angora. So I can't imagine this is 50% Angora. Again, look at it. Is this what I want? Do I want texture? Do I want these lumps and bumps? And for some projects, I definitely want that. I could definitely take this and still blend it with this. But again, I want something that's smooth and silky like Bella. So I will put that aside for a different project. So this is also in my stash. This is I think this is either hankies or a bell, a silk bell. I think this is a bell. So this is what I dyed. I dyed it the Estonian flag colors. And but this blue right here is the sapphire blue of Bella's eyes. So I might incorporate this somehow into here. I might, but this black is too black. Bella has a chocolate brown in it. She's a seal point. So you would either find something a bit darker, or I can dye it. I can dye it before I prep it and spin it, dye it in the wool, or I can do any dyeing afterwards. I can blend these, make a yarn, take some of it to be the light colors, some of it to be maybe blue, I dye that blue, and some of it I can dye chocolate brown and do some sort of color work, or just somehow use those three different ones. There's so many things to think about and possibilities when you are trying to design a yarn that really honors your pet. Again, you need to think, what am I going to use this for? Is this for knitting, weaving, crochet? What am I using it for? And then we back into what are the fibers, how would I prep it, and then how I spin it. So what is our end product? So I want a yarn that I can use, and then here's where I have to make a yes, no decision. Am I using it for weaving, or am I using it for knitting? Those are my decisions. I don't do crochet very well, so those are the two that I'm going to do. And then that will also make a decision for me as to what I want to make with it. I think I want to make some mitts for myself, some just fingerless mitts, then I can kind of wear Bella on me. I also would like maybe to either knit or weave some sort of shroud I could put her remains in, her cremains in. So I have to, those are decisions that I'm gonna have to make off camera. But go through your stash, start doing it now before, it's a crisis. Please do it now before you don't have the time to collect the fur, before your emotion's too high, you can't think, you can't spin, you can't do any of this. Then you'll have regrets. I wish I did this. So, like I said, Bella has a prognosis of about a year out. And so it's good for me to start thinking and planning right now what I want to do. So this gives me, this Bombex 6 gives me the silky texture that I want. This gives me the squishy soft of Bella. That'll be comforting to me as well. So I think I'm going to use these two. Now, whether I make her shroud out of Cormo, I'm not quite sure. I might still use silk, or I might use this. And so I haven't quite decided. But this is the starting point for you. We love our pets. And like I said, at the end of life, things can happen very, very rapidly. And I don't want to be there. So I'm starting to collect her fur now. So if you have, the undercoat is the best to spin. The outer coat is the coarser fibers. Those are the guard hairs. They're very prickly. They don't bend. They don't hold a twist very well. So if you can start collecting the undercoats, that would be good. Again, I'm going to do other videos as I go through this and show you exactly what I do to blend and the next stages. I'm hesitating because I'm not quite sure. Like I said, I just decided since Bella was here to do a quick video. This is something I know I need to get going on because, like I said, time runs out. So I will, but I'm pretty sure I know what I want. I'm going to set them aside, set aside these two. And I think I'm going to set aside this as well. And I'm going to put it in one area for, my Bella project. I'm going to put all this aside in an area for my Bella project. I will take notes. I will start thinking again, do I want it for weaving? Do I want it for mitts? What do I want to make out of this? And then I will go back here and I will make decisions on the blends, the dyeing, the plies, what I exactly want to do with this. Well, anyways, I just thought today I would do a quick little video, and I hope this has been some benefit for you. And I'm glad you got to meet little Bella, and I'm sure you'll be seeing her again. She is often in the background on the other side of the camera quite often as I'm doing this, and as I'm trying to do my fiber arts and needle art. She's definitely very, very involved in those as well. So I will leave you until next time on Spinning the Past.